What's going on, everybody? I'm Zero to Chaos.
And I am melting data.
Welcome back to Culture Clash, y'all. Hopefully everybody is doing good out there. If you are listening to us on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, if you any audio place or video place, if you are watching us, thank you. Data, how have you been doing, brother?
Man, I had a good week. I had a really good week. I've been playing Grounded in preparation for the end of the month. Grounded 2's coming out, so I've had a good week. I've enjoyed myself. How have you been doing, man?
Busy, tired, working. I have not been getting my Grounded fix yet. But I'm scared. Before we started the pod, I was telling you how my GPU, my CPU, like my computer is having a moment right now, y'all. And I've got to get it ready for Grounded because the Glizzy Warriors are coming back strong in effect. All right. So
Yes, sir.
may have to convince the wife to let me buy like a $300-$400 GPU like this week. It's Prime Day, so maybe that can save me a little bit.
It's worth a shot. That's all I gotta say. It's worth a shot.
I'm gonna cast that net and hopefully it works. Now, I did see online one guy said equal exchange. You can do it, but you have to do something of equal exchange for her. And I'm like, I might can do that, but I really don't want to build up an Affirm bill of like a $300 GPU and like a $300 something else.
That's fair.
Like
that is fair.
I'm such I know my pockets do not run deep. All right, we work very hard over here, very very hard. But another random thing, I actually went back on Twitch this week, watching some of the content on Twitch. One of the guys that follows the pod, I think his name is Lyric. He plays a lot of Pokemon Unite. He was like, "Yo, where y'all been?" He misses the streams. But he also said he requested me to play a game on stream. And you're not going to believe what game it was. You're not going to believe.
What's that?
It was the waifu horse racing game.
What?
Remember like last week when we were looking at some of the Steam stuff and there was like a waifu horse racing game that was free on Steam? He literally was like, he's like, I have the perfect game for you, Chaos. I think you would do amazing with this game. And I'm like, should I be concerned?
Yo.
Like, I was taken away with that one. I told him, I said, let me think about it. Because then I watched someone else stream it, and I was like, it does not look bad. But boy, is it like, it's anime, man.
I feel that.
And like the concept is cool. Because like supposedly all of the anime girls, like those horses, they're based off of real racing horses.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool. And then like it has the RNG and like all that stuff built into it. You can customize and build the horse. It's just the waifu part that was throwing me off. But I said, you know what? I may have to slide it in the dock. I may have to put it on the list. We'll see.
See how it plays out?
We'll see. Because Grounded 2, we playing.
Oh, yeah.
I am telling you, like, if I can't get that GPU by then, I'm going to boot it up privately first to see if it works. Because I don't want the stream to crash. Because it crashed out once already. But my computer, like, AMD everything, y'all, has just been farting on itself. But if it counts, I haven't upgraded my computer, and I built my computer in COVID. If that
has been a minute.
Right. If that means something to someone out there, that's how long my computer has lasted with the OG parts that I put in it. I think the only thing I changed was the motherboard because one of the RAM slots was faulty when I bought it. That's it.
And being honest, knowing the parts you put in, it was like they weren't even new parts when you put them in.
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly, I think the only thing that was brand new was the CPU.
Yeah.
Everything else was either secondhand or a generation older, I think.
Yeah.
And all my RAM, like I have like max RAM in there that I think I could hold. Like it's a trooper. I will have to salute my computer, man. It's holding its own, but I'm nervous. I I don't think Grounded would be too big for it, but I'm nervous, man.
Granted would probably be fine on it because it doesn't look like they're doing anything like graphically crazy with the second one. It looks like it's mostly going to be the same graphics as the first one, just like gameplay changes.
Just a lot
That's
more.
what it looks like. I don't know. Maybe they went crazy with the graphics and I just don't see it yet.
We're just sitting here like, oh my god, that spider looks real. Nope, that's a real spider. Like, nope. And trust me, man, like, I think throughout it all, I know, I definitely know I'm not getting a console no time soon. And, you know,
Yeah.
I've talked to the wife and things. And I'm like, eventually I do have to invest some money back into the computer. Because, this is where we film the podcast, where I edit our shorts and stuff. This is where I game, stream. Like, my computer is the main hub right now. Maybe, I mean, and this is a guy who, when I started streaming professionally, like, I was using a gaming laptop, an Elgato, and a console.
Yeah.
So that investment into this desktop, I've made my money on this desktop hand over fist, guaranteed. Like, guaranteed.
Yeah. A PC is a good investment. Like, if people are thinking about getting into PCs, like take a cheaper plunge. Like don't go wild with it and put like 5090s and stuff in your PC. You'll rack up multi-$1,000 PCs real quick.
Let me tell you.
Start off cheaper. Maybe give yourself a budget of like $1,000. Build yourself a cheaper little PC. It'll take you for a long time.
Yes, and it's doable. Don't let no one tell you it's not doable. Now, I will say, you gotta do some research though. Don't be lazy. Do the research. If you don't know something, ask. Questions help. Cause they know. Data didn't know. His brother knows. Like, I blew them up when I was building my first computer. I was like, I'm a couponer. So, like, I was like, I'm gonna find some deals, all right? And I think the best deal that I got was at Micro Center. Shout out Micro Center. At the time, they were doing buy a CPU with a motherboard, and they gave you an overall discount. So I'm in the store. I got my CPU. I saw that they had a motherboard there that was already like opened, so it was a return. Crazy on discount. And I asked him, I said, well, your deal did not say it could not be secondhand. He looked at me. He looked at the deal. Went to the big guy. Big guy said, he's right. It doesn't say it. And I said, okay, give me that one. And I think I got both of them for less than $200 that day.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I was happy. And I know most people will say, well, that's crazy. You could have got a brand new motherboard and a brand new CPU for a discount. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, boy, the pockets wasn't deep. But the deals were endless. And I kept it coming.
Micro Center is good with that kind of stuff, though.
Yes.
Like their bundle deals running, you can save a lot of money on stuff doing that at Micro Center.
And sometimes they'll have like open boxed fans.
Yeah.
So like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have like 6 or 7 fans on my computer. And it was literally because I wanted 3 fans that light up for the front. They lit up, like 2 of them are still light up. One doesn't light up anymore. And I just gave up trying to figure out why not. The fan still turns. That's all that matters. The cooling still goes through, but the light just died. And I'm like, okay. And again, if you want to pimp out your PC, that's different. But if you want one that works, that can boot up, I got my 3 monitors, got my tower. Oh, my tower was cheap. Like, it's just a plain black tower, nothing special. Everything fits in it, and that's all that matters. Shoot.
Yep. That's how it is.
Like, I don't got the shark. You seen that shark tower that one company made, man. Like,
Yeah.
I have no need for that. It looks amazing, but
Yep. I feel you. I got like a cheap. I got like $100 Cooler Master case that I've had for like 6 years now.
it's
Like,
working just fine, right?
yup. I
Just
mean, it fits new motherboards when I need them. So, like, I've never had a problem. So long as the screw hole locations don't change, I'm gonna keep the case.
straight. I think the only thing that I want to do in the future when I get some extra money, I do want to make like an audio box, like a small, compact, desktop that I use primarily just for like audio stuff, like audio and editing. Just
I feel you.
and maybe I say that, but like, you put me on, Data again, always putting us on the stuff. Even later on this episode, he put us on to some more stuff. But I gotta say this: I have been rocking Adobe Premiere for almost 10, 12 plus years, like easy. That means I've been paying that monthly fee for like 10, 12 years. Easily.
Yeah.
My boy Data said, "Have you tried Filmora?" I was like, "Film what?" And he was like, "Filmora, bro. It's like, this thing is like 1,000 times cheaper." And he was like, "Just try it." I tried it. And I unsubscribed. I cut my subscription from Adobe instantly, bro. And don't get me wrong. Adobe, we've been through a lot. But that $22.99 a month just for Adobe Premiere, not even Photoshop, is insane. I was
That's
dropping
wild. A
a
month?
month, bro. I was dropping almost $50 a month.
That's
And
wild.
the only reason why, like, I justified it was because we were making money on Twitch.
Yeah.
So, like, I was making about $50+ on Twitch a month around that at the time. So I just put that back into the stream. So I said, well, I'll put that back for Adobe purposes and Photoshop purposes. And I
That's wild.
haven't been streaming for a couple months, so that's been coming out of my pocket.
Yeah, because that means in like 4 months you already paid for the one-time payment membership for Filmora. Like that's wow. I didn't realize it was that high. I figured like maybe $10. 22?
$22.99 for both.
Dang.
Yeah, Adobe,
That's a lot.
and then not even that, all the stuff that it adds onto your computer. So like the Adobe
Yeah.
Cloud, all the processes. I truly feel like I haven't seen it fully yet, I think, but like I really do feel like my computer just took like a big breath after I removed Premiere. I kept Photoshop because I'm still using Photoshop, but losing just one of them was a big release, I feel, on the computer.
Yeah.
But not looking back. Not looking back, bro. Data always showing me up, man. He was like, "Yo, here, try it out. See if you like it." Boom, boom, boom. And in the future, if I need to, I'll just upgrade to the business plan, and we'll write it off in some way. But, yeah, again, just think about it. If y'all have any questions, any computer questions that y'all want answered, leave them in the comments or leave them somewhere that we have comments going. And we may have to run that back for the next episode. Data's going to be answering most of those questions because I can build them. But
I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I know enough.
All right. Cause
I can get by.
I think I know. And then I realize I'm like, I just know where everything goes. Let's just put it that way. Like, I feel proud. I at my family's business, they had an old desktop with like Windows XP on it. And my dad just kept it at the office. He's like, he bought Chromebooks. And it was just like, I'm just using those now. I'm like, I think I can upgrade this for you. And he looked at me. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm about a new one. I'm like, no. I'm like, let me take it home, and the money that you would have put into a new computer, I'm gonna send you parts that I'm gonna get. Just refund me back. He's like, cool. I literally took his Windows XP desktop, Dell desktop, up to Windows 10 with minimum gigabytes, no graphics card, didn't need it. Like,
Yeah.
upgraded, put like a 2 terabyte SSD in that thing. He was floored. He's like, this thing has never ran this smooth since like Windows XP. So, and he became he became a believer. Like, he was like, I didn't know what you were talking about. I thought you were crazy. He said, where's the CD drive? I'm like, you don't need a CD drive. So I literally just tucked that out and just inserted another a bigger SSD, put the SSD right there where that was, freed all of that space. Like, he still has so much space in that thing now. I'm like, Dad, it's not a gaming PC. It's just for, business purposes. But I was like, you literally just saved $1,500.
Yeah.
He gave me, I think I spent maybe, if that, I think I spent $200, maybe $200 and fully upgraded that PC.
Yeah. The two most important upgrades that y'all can do to a PC, honestly, solid state, like storage of some kind. If you're still booting off a platter drive, like, do yourself a favor, get solid state. You ain't got to get crazy with it, but solid state. And a decent CPU. 90% of any problem you're going to have with your PC is going to be those two. Like, GPU, everything else, like, you can get fancy with it later, but those two things, like, that will make a night and day difference.
I agree. The second I moved my booting system to its own state, night and day difference. Night and day. Like, it boots up in seconds versus like minutes.
Yep.
And you don't think about it until I really like, you never think about it until y'all brought it to my attention. Never thought about it. I did it one time and I was like, I'm never going back. Never. I did it to the business. I did it to the business computer. Everything. I was like, this is now the standard. Like,
yep.
And I tell people all the time, just a little secret. I'm not trying to crash out on Best Buy, because Best Buy is like one of the more open places that we have for computer stuff, but they can be pricey. Them pre-builds can be pricey.
They're starting to get out of PC parts too, though. Like, I don't know. Best Buy used to be pretty good for it, and now they're just kind of like, we'd rather do pre-builds.
Yeah, because I hope no one like in their higher ups hears this podcast, but like normally I just go in there from like time to time, here and there, and I just take pictures of the spec list of the ones I like. Like, that looks nice. Click. That looks nice. Click. That looks nice. Click. And I just go home and I just look up all the specs and go like, okay, well, let's see how much this is. Okay, I'm paying all this money for the case. Don't need that. I just start going through it, and I'm like, I told my brother, I was like, yo, when you're ready to build a PC, call me. And I was like, I don't care. He's in New York. I'm in Georgia. I was like, we'll make it work. It's called the internet. But I said, you should not have to pay $2,500 plus for a PC if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can get it cheaper if you decide to like budget out your parts, figure out how to do it yourself. Like, PCs really aren't that hard to build, y'all. Like,
I don't.
If you followed Lego instructions, you can look up a simple like Linus Tech Tips video on how to build a PC, and it's like Legos. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, it's pretty simple. Except the front panel connectors, those things are too small for human fingers, and you need to change that. That has been the bane of my. I got these big chubby sausage fingers. You need to make those bigger.
See, I have an idea, but I don't want to say it on here, and then someone like takes my idea. We may talk about that one later. Off. I'll be pretty pissed if I say this on here, and then like a year later, I see this like thing. I'm not even gonna tell you what thing. I see this thing with the computer with that same issue, and I'd be really pissed. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But man, that was a
Because you know what I'm talking about with those like itty bitty little things you got to plug in one by one. It's like, bro.
And you see how big our hands are. So literally, you just lose. You can't
Yes.
even see it. You're like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like,
It's like, man, how in the year of our Lord 2025 have we not made a different plug for this? I do not understand.
but the idea I have, I'll tell you later. We're gonna move on to the first topic of today, because technically that was the first topic of the day. So we're moving to the next topic. But one thing that I was really proud of this week, or these last 2 weeks, Superman came out. And if you thought we were going to talk about all the crazy people who said that the movie is woke, we're not. Don't care. I haven't watched it yet. It's getting mixed reviews because people are weird, but it looks good. If I watch it, I'll let you know next podcast. But as I was scrolling, through TikTok, yeah, this weird video came up, and I laughed so hard. And I just want to get your 2 cents on it and your opinion on this weird video. Okay?
Bet.
So it's technically movie related. So we're gonna watch this.
Movie theater layouts do not make sense.
How?
You see that big building and you walk into it, how is there 17 auditoriums in there?
Now that I agree with.
That makes no sense.
I agree with to the max.
Dude, that guy on TikTok brought this up and it's consumed me.
The thing that does is when you walk into your auditorium, it feels like 6 theaters should fit in this building, but there's 24.
There's 24 in those screens. How much wall do you have?
When you walk into a Cinemark, you're entering a portal.
It's a proportionate building, right?
Yes.
A rectangle. You walk into it, it is hollow.
Yeah.
It is a full lobby. Just the sides have theaters. Just the sides.
And
Scenes
they
in there.
all sit over 100. They go up. At what point do they enter fucking sect? Why am I watching Avatar, but I'm not hearing the sinners?
And God forbid if it's a movie theater inside of a mall.
Oh, for the love of God.
How am I on the 3rd floor?
Yeah, no, there's only 3 floors in the mall. How am I on the 4th? You go to the 3rd, that's the movie theaters. You walk in the theater, then you gotta go all the fuck up to the top. Am I hanging on top of the mall?
I want somebody to send me a video of them building a movie theater, or else I won't believe it.
All right. Is he wrong though?
I'll be real with you. Like, I've been in so many movie theaters, like, it doesn't feel like they should be able to fit in the space that they fit. Like, I feel what they're saying right there. Like, it feels like there's too much auditorium for the amount of, like, movie theater, like, the size of the building. I get that.
It's the ones, for me, it's the theaters that have, like, I get when you break off into the 2 sides.
Yeah.
Like the first couple that you see on the wall side, I get those. It's those theaters that have another divot, and they have, like, you know how they have, like, the 2 screen showings on the inner side. So it's like you built 2 more viewing, so you have 4 viewing stations technically behind the food station.
Yeah.
But when you look at the theater, I don't clearly see where they go, like, behind the scenes to get to those.
Yeah.
That is what gets me with theaters. It's a random video, but this is where my challenge comes in for us. And this is going to be the first this is going to start it off, because Grounded 2 is coming out this month. I challenge us to build a theater in Grounded 2. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
We will solve the problem.
We will. He said it. He said, build me a theater. So I said, what better way to do it than in Grounded 2? Is it possible? Who knows? Will some bug come and destroy it before we can actually build it? I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But, and not no, like, sleazy one. I want us to find a spot and do as close to a 1-of-1 build of a theater.
I feel you. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's going to be crazy. We'll still beat the game. We'll still play the game itself.
To be real, though, not just with theaters, I feel this way with a lot of buildings, that you don't realize how big the inside is compared to the outside. Because have you ever been outside on the side of your house
Yeah.
and just been like, yo, how did 2 rooms fit like front to back in this area? Because like it doesn't feel like it should be that big, but it is.
You know which one gets me? It's basements.
Yeah.
Because basements that have the concrete wall, and then you go outside and you go, well, okay, that's where the concrete should be, but of course they've either plastered up with something else to cover it, and then you realize like it's not that deep in the ground.
Yeah.
Now, it's only homes that's visible, because there's some homes where the basement is actually under the ground.
Yeah.
Like you can't see it from the level from the house. Those, it's weird, but my brain goes, it's under the ground. But when I can clearly see like the full length of the house, that's when my brain goes, they put like a 4-room basement down there.
Yeah.
Comfortably. That's crazy. Insane. There's some vehicles like that. There's some cars like that too.
Yeah.
Where I just
there are.
I'm like, this car cannot be that big. And you get in there and you're just like, my big butt.
That's a lot of room.
Right. I got leg room and some in this bad boy. What? Or,
That's how you know my brother's car, right?
Yeah.
Little Nissan he's got.
Mhm.
That comfortably sits all of us. With
Really?
like even in the back seat, leg room and everything, like comfortably.
Oh,
When I got in there the first time, I was like, there is no way there's this much room in this car. This is wild.
he was
It's like
I
a
was mistaken.
it's like a neon Versa or something like that.
Mhm.
It's just like a little hatchback. He got it for the fuel efficiency, and I was surprised at how roomy that was in there. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, it's wild to see like cars and buildings and stuff from outside, and then you get inside, and you're like, bro, there is way more space in here than I thought there was.
That's out there. I was like, I think the only car that I've had like that, my Pontiac Bonneville that I had, my first car, that was like that. On the outside, it looked long more than it did wide. And then when people got in the car, they're like, oh wow, this is spacious. I'm like, yeah. The trunk deep. I'm not saying we're gonna put bodies in that trunk, but it's deep enough. It works. But and I sit there all the time. Now, I'm older. The older you get, you start to plan for families and things like that. So now we got like the crossover. And sitting there in my little crossover now, and I'm like, okay. I didn't know how I would feel about it at first. That Ford Escape. I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. Now I'm used to it. I'm like, okay. I like the extra space in the back. It works. But yeah, I did not think, I really did not think that this video was gonna catch me like that. But yeah, I was like, buildings is weird, and there's blueprints.
Yep.
It's clearly blueprints. We can see like how the structure is built, but then when it's built, it's like this did like geometry and stuff is weird.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I've been, because I got a background, like I've done a lot of like commercial projects for like access control, CCTV, stuff like that. And so I've been in a lot of buildings that were still partially under construction. And seeing the walls before they have drywall on it, where you can see through everything, all the rooms look so small. But then they put drywall and everything, and you actually walk in the rooms, you're like, oh, this is actually a good amount of space. Like, this is actually a decent sized room. Like, I don't know what that effect is. I don't know if maybe there's a name to it, but it's real.
I always thought that was that feng shui. When I was younger, I thought that's what feng shui was. I was like, cause they always say like the room has that like feng shui to it. I was like, is that what that is? And then of course I learned that the older me was like, no, that's not feng shui, but I get it. I think another one that's like that when you go to like warehouses.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, when I worked at the warehouse back in the day, that thing was huge, but my brain was like, yeah, it's a warehouse. It has to be big, and it had the aisles and everything, and all the stuff was stacked in it. But then, like, I remember one year when I was there, we got a recall order of a product of saw blades. It still in the box, everything, like a whole like FedEx freight truck full of them. And we had to unload it, pallet it, and then put it to the side. And a whole FedEx truck freight of big construction saw blades became a giant mountain, like a giant pyramid in the warehouse. And there was still like space to the roof.
Yep.
And I was like, oh wow, this place is huge. You know? I was like, please don't let that fall, because this will not be good. But this place is huge. You know? Okay, I can deal with that. But again, guys, I've opened the challenge, because if y'all know me and Data, when it comes to Grounded, we engulf ourselves in that game to a way where, of course, the game is getting played. Of course, we're still doing the story, but there's some days where we're just like, yo, let's build a bridge. Let's just do it. Why not? You know? And I think the only time we've ever challenged ourselves to build like specifically something like that was in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Grounded, though, if you think about it, it's like Minecraft if it has story objectives.
And like different textures.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool. And I think the one thing that's going to make this challenge interesting is just the fact that like creatures can just come and destroy it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Y'all gotta tune in. What is this chaos? Does this mean that the streams are coming back? When I get a new GPU, we'll see what happens. Because I don't know if the computer is gonna last for that one, but we're gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's continue, because we have a couple of topics. Again, the last 2 weeks, I've just been scrolling on social media. It may not be healthy. It may not for y'all. But for me, that's the bee's knees, guys. You know, sometimes I just gotta disconnect from the big screen and go to the small screen here, okay? I found another stupid video. So we're gonna keep them going. Today's episode is brought to you by random stupid videos on social media. Thank you, Shorts. So this one, again, I want Data's 2 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and just refresh it. It'll be quicker.
Starting to run out of ideas with new Pokemon.
They don't need to make new Pokemon.
They don't, but they will.
Yeah, they do.
Why?
Yeah, they do.
They could just rebrand the ones they have.
Nah, because then it's really no change to the game then.
They go to different places.
Why am I buying a new game because I'm on an island now, but the same Pokemon? I know we haven't gone through all the animal species in the world yet.
We haven't, but you got to think about some of the designs from back when we was young were stupid as too.
Off the dome, what's the worst one you could think of?
It was one that was just a straight up black woman, a woman in blackface, Jinx. What the was that?
Yeah, that's true.
What the was that? What the actual was that?
Why is that a bad
Was it
design?
supposed to be like a voodoo doctor?
What is like? That's a Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon. We also had Mr. Mime.
That's just racist.
That's another dumb one.
Why is that dumb?
What is Jinx a reference to in real life?
I don't know.
You know.
A human.
What kind of human?
Sure, but why is that a dumb design?
What do you mean? Why is that dumb?
For
It's
catchable monsters?
It's a woman and it's a black.
Okay, y'all
Pocket monsters?
You're trying to make it a thing.
No.
They made it a thing.
It actually is a thing.
They created it.
That's not a thing.
Kenan.
That's not
In the description of
not a
the...
thing.
What the fuck is this?
I trust me, I get it.
That's racist.
I get it.
It says Jinx is often found in urban areas.
That's real, though, because for those of y'all who don't know, the reason Jinx is purple now was because it got to the United States and we were like, yo, you can't do that. You can't put that on TV.
That's racist. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bro, I think what cracked me up with this video, because the second he said, he was like, what are they going to do? Just go to some random island and just have the same Pokemon? And I was instantly thinking of the Alolan game.
Yep.
Where they literally went to an island. The same
Yup.
Pokemon.
Yep.
Just flipped. And it's just cracking me up. Because we got that Pokemon Za coming out. And a part of me, because I think this is like one of the few times where I think they're going to reuse starters.
Yeah.
So I guess that opened up the question to me, like, do you think they just don't care? Or maybe they just didn't have enough time to think of new Pokemon?
With this one that's coming out now, I can at least give them the excuse that this is a region they've been to before.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, them reusing the starters makes a little bit of sense because they're not going somewhere new. They're revisiting somewhere we've already been.
I can see that. And that's kind of how I put it. I was like, okay. But then the weirdness. Because Pokemon, okay, if you keep it real, Pokemon is just weird in general.
Yeah, it is.
Let's keep it real. I think for me, as a Pokemon lover and fan, it got really weird when around Sword and Shield, and when we started getting like the ice cream Pokemon, like the food based Pokemon, is when I was like, okay, we're reaching a little bit.
Yeah,
Reaching a little bit. You know, Geodude's my favorite Pokemon, and that's a floating rock with hands. Come on, like throwing hands. That made sense to me back in the day. I was like, clearly, cool. Jinx, of course, we ain't even gonna touch that. We know everyone knows that situation. What is one Pokemon that comes to mind for you that's just out there?
Diglett and Doug Trio.
Yeah. No,
Just
yeah.
You got like one floor turd versus 3 floor turds.
Hey man, do you remember? Okay, say that, but do you remember the Game Informer that came out? And they did like an actual like, it was like a scientific look of the Pokemon, and they did the Diglett and all them, and they showed like an X-ray of like the top with the skeleton, and then it shows the bottom underneath. It was like little feet, and I was like, I didn't want to see that because I've always just assumed that they were like potatoes, like sentient potatoes.
Finding out they're like little jelly beans with legs.
Yeah, or the whole thing of like, is that a nose or a mouth? You decide. No, bump it. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna pull one up right here, real quick. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's like, is it an eye and mouth combo? Is it an eye and nose combo? Like, this is to me, this is a prime example of the game is coming out next week. We promised them 150 Pokemon and more to see. We gotta fill some gaps. Okay.
Yup.
It was like dirt, eyes, mouth, Pikmin head, go, Diglett. and then, was this the inspiration for the Pikmin?
Could be,
bro. Nintendo, we got some. Remember, Icons on G4?
Yeah,
the documentary series that needs to come back. Not G4, they screwed up. But we need a documentary series breaking down these weird things in our brain. Was it Diglett then Pikmin? I think it was. I would not be surprised if they said yes, Pikmin came from the concept of Diglett.
Honestly, with a lot of that stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm being real with you.
Because, again, Pokemon, it's going to be around for generations. I do not see Pokemon going anywhere. Of course,
it's here for a long time.
There's way more ideas. Who knows? They'll bring someone else in, possibly from Power World, and come up with a whole nother 150. You know?
Yeah.
Because creativity, I feel like the creativity will get better. And the more minds you get to it, the more collaborations that come in. It's a never ending cycle of just creations.
Yeah.
But that video was funny as a mother.
I mean, they're not wrong though.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
And I want to say, for everyone out there, put your favorite Pokemon in the comments. I gotta know. Let us know. Data, favorite Pokemon, what is it?
I'm gonna be real. I don't really have a favorite Pokemon. I've never been huge into Pokemon like that.
See, that's fine.
I know a little bit.
That's fine. I'm Geodude. If I had time, I would run and show you you've seen it before, my card collection of Magic the Gathering and all that stuff. And I have like a folder full of Geodudes from just different Geodudes. And people go, "Oh, he's for real." I'm like, I am dead serious. And like whenever I needed Golem tokens for Magic, I use those Geodudes.
That's awesome.
So I mean, that's the best thing I could say right there. Pokemon, keep the creativity going, please. And Pokemon Za, when you come out, hopefully the Switch 2 situation will be figured out, because I would like to play it. But if not, it is what it is at that point. Man, we got what?
If someone got an emulator worked out by that point, maybe we'll still play it.
Facts.
I'm not condoning nothing, but I'm saying it's a possibility.
Where's my pirate hat? You know. The SS Culture Clash coming. I didn't realize we're already like 40 minutes deep. So I'm going to skip my third video. I'll save that for later. We're going to jump into the topics that you brought in today.
Bet.
So, let me go ahead and clear this out. Boom. All right. Data, you got the floor, and let me know which one you want me to play first.
Bet. So again, y'all know the story. I was scrolling through TikTok as one does. And I came across a new artist. Well, I say new to me. The name is Bubba Graham. He's been making music, I think, since like 2023 is the oldest songs I could find. So a couple of years. But this man is like, he has smooth like lyrics and songs. Like he sings, he raps, he does it all. Mm-hmm. This man is good. The first one today, because we got a couple to show y'all. The first one is called Loco. It is not his most recent one, but it is a fairly recent one. I want to say maybe a few months old. But we'll hear Loco first, and then we'll go to the next one.
You're all right. We're going to get that Loco up. Okay. First off,
that was smooth, wasn't it?
First off, yes, that wordplay. 2 thumbs up on the wordplay there. Yo, see, Data knows. If you have good wordplay and you can flip it like that, you got my respect. Loco and everything that he flipped that with, compared it with, stretched it. Yes. Beat fire. Hell, beat was fire, and he hit that thing right on the pocket. I thought I heard him before. I swear I have, but I haven't heard this song before.
Now, most of his music is more down this line, where it's a lot of like more like chill, kind of like relaxing beats that he like half raps, half sings over. But the next song that shows to me like his versatility in like sound and being able to like still master it is his song Coming to Terms.
So this is Coming to Terms. Bubba Graham. Let's check it out. All right. First off, I got some heavy Sweet Child of Mine vibes off of that one. Heavy. If y'all thought we were going to be like, well, let's break down what he's saying in this song. You heard what he said. If you didn't,
he wasn't subtle with it.
Rewind back and listen to it again. But I'm going to say this. That versatility, those are 2 totally different songs. Totally 2 different vibing songs.
Like the sound difference between the 2, and he pulls off both of them so well. Yes. Like, because most of his music, like I said, is like, kind of like the chill beat, that you can relax on. He has like, half of it he sings on it, half of it he raps on it. Like, that's most of his sound. But then for him to be able to turn around and be like, yeah, I can do a rock song too. I can just pull that off. And like my voice has the versatility to just pull that kind of thing off with no problem at all. Like, that is wildly talented.
That was good. That was good. And the thing is too, like, to be able, like you said, to be able to switch it like that, to flip it over and do a whole nother genre and style of music, that is crazy. And he still held the wordplay. He still held strong the pin on both ends. I like that. I like that. Again, and see, we're gonna say this again. Every time Data brings newer artists to the pod, I'm gonna keep saying this to everybody that listens. This is why you have to hit that search button. You gotta start liking these people when you see their music, because you can build a whole new playlist of people, and you don't even think about it like that. What was it? I think random, but I was watching Rick and Morty, and it's crazy how this connects. But an episode of Rick and Morty, Morty pretty much was like, "Yeah, man, I just pushed shuffle and just went with it." He's like, you're gonna hear some bad ones, but you're gonna hear some good ones too. That's gonna build up your taste for something new. You never know.
That's how it is sometimes. You gotta just let it go.
Like, you may like Irish folk music, and you would not know if you don't give it a chance.
That's true.
Just saying. And again, and you'll be surprised too. One thing that I do, PP on game. One thing that I do, especially with like Spotify or other streaming services that let you kind of like build like a radio station or things like that, I'll just go ahead. I would shuffle my library, my like songs, shuffle. The first song that comes up, I'll tell it to make a radio station solely off that first song.
It's not a bad way to do it.
And most of the time, the system, like a Spotify, it would give me like 25% of songs that I already have liked. And then like 75% of it is going to be new things that either I haven't heard before, or maybe I heard but I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And especially on like a long car ride, like an hour plus car ride, do that. I guarantee you will find at least 3 to 5 new songs.
Yep.
Another one that I think people sleep on too, I do like a feature search. So if there's a new song that I like or an older song that I like, and it's featuring an artist that I only have because of that feature, I'll just go look up that artist and see what they have, and build a whole nother car ride just off of that artist.
That, and honestly, like a lot of the big Spotify playlists, if you use Spotify in particular, like if you want to hear newer hip hop and you want to hear stuff that maybe you wouldn't normally listen to, like go listen to Rap Caviar.
Yeah.
If you want to like hear new country stuff, they have a lot of country stations on there. If you want to hear new rock stuff, they have a lot of those stations. Like, I found so many new artists by just listening to like different playlists like that are Spotify built around different genres.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Rap Caviar. I found a lot of people through Rap Caviar.
Rap Caviar, I would say, arguably, is, I won't say like a pure form, but it's one of the only ones that I can think of right now that still showcases newer artists with older artists very well.
Yeah.
Because personally, I feel like a lot of those Spotify, like, this is your top mix for the week things, like, it's very just one-sided.
Yeah.
Heavily. I remember, maybe Tech 9, like, oh, I want to listen to Tech 9 today. Well, instead of me just picking only Tech 9 music, well, let me make a radio station off of Tech 9.
Yeah.
And now they're going to give you like all of Strange Music artists, a couple of features from other people that dabble with Strange Music. You may hear a song that you never heard before.
Yeah.
Find out, oh, that was like a, not like a chart topping single from them, but it was within like the album. Oh, this song fire! How did nobody know about this song? You know, and I think that's what I miss because when I was younger, excuse me, when I was younger before the streaming services, we had to burn CDs. We had to go out there and get the music the best way we could, if you know what I mean. But there was times where the internet, the message boards, all of that was flooded with new people. Then like MySpace came out, and then MySpace brought us to a lot of underground music in your area. Then I would say after the MySpace craze grew, that's when I stumbled upon like SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and then that was it. That's around the time when like Soulja Boy, that was around that time when we're like, I know this guy, and the next thing you know, like a couple years after that, like a couple summers, like he's on television.
Yeah, Soulja Boy blew up quick.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say it, like, give him his flowers. Give that man his flowers. All right, he pioneered that movement, and I think a lot of times he gets joked upon, and they say like, oh, well, he didn't sustain his. No, he sustained it. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and it's not his fault that the game changed. The evolution of music, sales, etc., changed to what it is now. But he was still making music. He was still doing his thing. I just feel like he gets a lot of bad rep from people. And that ain't right. It ain't right. He's done some funny things, but when it comes down to him being a pioneer of social media music, the internet crave, I'll give him that.
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to him, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I feel like he should have pivoted into like the producer space, because he made pretty much all of his own beats.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could have pivoted into the producer space and just like made killer beats, because like his beats always had a unique like sound to them that you weren't going to get anywhere else, and they were always good. I was kind of sad that he didn't do that.
Like a reverse Kanye.
Yep.
Pretty much. Just hey, flip, and now I'm still relevant. I can still jump on the beat if I need to. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, if you are versatile, especially in music, if you're versatile and you can do all of it, it's like a blank canvas at that point.
Yeah.
And you can literally, like, knowing how to master, mix it, rap, all of it, you can literally transform into something. Look at Tyler the Creator. And that man,
that man is talented.
His projects be crazy. He's one. He is one that I want to see live in concert. Like, I've heard his concerts are amazing. But to jump back, I told you, look, we're already an hour in. Already. So, Bubba Graham, 2 thumbs up in my books. Loved both songs. Love the wordplay. Love the versatility. I'm gonna have to put him in on my TikTok and stuff so I can start getting some of his stuff coming up as well. Cause that's what I do. Normally, I'll take the artist, go follow them, and so their algorithm can slowly start going, hey, show me some of their stuff when it comes out. Show me what they're doing that's new and creative. I am not disappointed. 2 thumbs up again, Data. Data don't miss, bro. I keep saying it. Hashtag Data don't miss.
Man, and I'm gonna be real with you, that the biggest thing that surprised me with him when he made this most recent song, because Coming to Terms is his most recent release.
Mm-hmm.
When he put this out, I'm gonna be real. My gut instinct, I was like, this man is gonna get an insane amount of hate. The amount of positivity I saw all over his comment section, I was like, oh, maybe the culture's changing. Maybe people are starting to learn and to be a little more accepting. Because I'm be real, like my gut reaction, I was like, this man is going to get an insane amount of hate. Like, I hope he's ready for it. Like, I was scared. Like, and then when I saw the amount of love that came from it, I was like, yo, like
They cool.
maybe the culture's starting to heal a little bit.
A little bit.
That's good.
I will say one thing that I've seen, especially now in 2025, a lot of the social media platforms, the culture is treated differently in each platform now. I think that's interesting to me. It's like, back in the day, I would say like the early 2000s, 2010s, it was kind of it was all social media, but it was kind of me like a little arc, but they all did the same thing. So
yeah.
if Twitter was thinking one way, YouTube is thinking one way, Facebook, it all kind of was linear a little bit. Now, Twitter is its own beast. YouTube is its own beast. We got Blue Sky now, own beast. Facebook is still its own thing. I feel like Facebook is like the igloo. It's a person on an igloo that got pushed off in the sea. It's just there. It's just existing, but it's there.
Pretty much, honestly.
And I feel like, and that could be wrong. I think this would be a really cool concept, like a little conversation piece. But I think like once the culture got to a point in social media, they started making their own identities, each app. And you can see how like Instagram, how people respond to Instagram posts versus how they respond to TikTok posts, how they respond to YouTube. So like most of the time that I see now, they're still haters. Don't get me wrong. There'll still be haters.
Yeah.
But I feel like the climate of the culture in today's society, when it comes to YouTube, a lot of people, they don't even subscribe anymore. They'll just look Bubba Graham up directly on YouTube. So I feel like he's getting more people who are truly interested in his work.
Yeah.
And the algorithm, I'm pretty sure, is not putting this in front of people. So this is genuine people who are looking for his art, and now they're giving him his props. It's no longer just randoms who get your, like, oh, watch this video. Well, this sucks.
Yeah.
No. So it's like YouTube, the algorithm has done that, so I feel like now it's just, because look at TikTok. TikTok feels like early YouTube in the comments.
Yeah.
Because it just throws you like the For You page, like it just throws you a whole bunch of stuff. And
yeah.
Sometimes people are just crashing out on that thing, and I'm like, yo, take a break. If you feel like you have to crash out on the comments, turn off the social media for like an hour or two.
Honestly, yeah.
Go take a long shower, reflect, go get something to eat, and then come back on a clear head.
Worst thing TikTok ever did for their comment section was take away the character limit.
Yeah,
bro, the paragraphs I've seen of people just like farting out a whole novel.
People are like, I'm about to put my whole dissertation on this bad boy. You gonna read it? No, I'm not. Just
yeah.
But
I'ma just swipe up.
No, that's like even Twitter. Like I had to say bye to Twitter, man. Like, and it's sad just because like I would say it was not, my Twitter audience was not my most involved audience. Because to be real, I think I just use Twitter more for all the wallpapers that you see on here. So it literally became just my wallpaper finder after a while. And I still had like posts from my interests, but I just couldn't, like the comments were getting too much. I was done. I was like, this is just way too much. Like, do you remember Tumblr?
Yeah.
Like, that's things like, I swear, people like these, I don't want to say the kids these days, because that makes me feel old. I want, people today don't understand. Like, if you didn't grow up in the era of Tumblr, yo, oh my gosh. Many famous on Tumblr, I swear. I wasn't, but it was like the audience that I built through Tumblr, and then seeing how like that crashed and how it got really weird.
Yeah.
And then I just left. I was like, this is too much. This is too much for me. But I think the last thing I would say in general, when it comes to coming to terms, speaking your truth, you should not feel afraid to speak your mind. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool that people are willing to speak their minds on what they believe in. I do wish that all cultures, I wish that the culture will become a little bit more open-minded and listen. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people don't want to listen. They just want to react. You know, so it's like, and that's for anything. Religious, political, entertainment, all that. Like, sometimes just listen. Just listen, and before you react aggressively, maybe think about, just ask like, you can fix an argument. You can stop an argument just by asking the right question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just ask a question and then build make a conscious effort to just do better.
Honestly, the best way I've ever heard it put, I know a lot of people feel some type of way about Dave Chappelle, but y'all are giving the man too much garbage. I'm be real with you. When he had his special where he was talking about his trans friend, Daphne,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about how he was like, I had the conversation and I was saying, I just don't understand where you're coming from. And the response he said he got was, I don't need you to understand. I just need you to believe that I'm a human being and I'm going through life the best I can. And that's all we need to do. Just realize we're all human and we're going through this the best way we can.
That's right. I don't cast judgment on people. Regardless of my beliefs, I will not cast judgment on you. That's not my job. And I think some people, they want to be, judge, jury, and executioner.
Yep.
You don't need all that. You don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world's already in a weird spot as it is. But we ain't going. I'm just saying. We ain't going. We ain't bringing this down, because this episode has been up here. We've been up here tonight. All right. It is wild. We hit the 1 hour mark. So I feel that was so quick.
Honestly, yeah.
I do not believe that was an hour.
It's gone crazy quick.
Man. But let's go ahead. We're going to go to the closing statements. Who did them last week?
Yes. I don't remember.
Remember? Bump it. If you made it this far in the podcast, like always, thank you. You rock. You're awesome. We want to take it a little further, and if you want to, like, subscribe, the upvote, the stars, whichever way we are rated on whatever platform you're listening to us on, hook us up. Let's get us up in the algorithm. Let's keep pushing. Don't be afraid to leave comments. I feel like the comments have been a little dry these last 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So, just don't be afraid. If you have questions, if you have opinions, air them out. We would love to read them and we would love to discuss them. We're seeing a lot of movement, so a lot more interactions when it comes to just, like, TikTok has been busy. Y'all been digging the shorts, so we're going to keep the shorts coming. We are on the road to, I think, 50 subscribers on YouTube. So
yes, sir.
Keep that going. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube was a quick change, a quick pivot, but I think we're gonna do fine there. But Apple Podcasts, I think all those numbers are still doing good. I think Spotify is still doing good. Just keeping y'all in the loop. Things are still good. If y'all, real talk, if y'all want to see this become more than just a bi-weekly thing, we can make that happen. Because right now we're in July?
Yeah.
So we're already like over halfway done with the year. Which is crazy. Crazy.
That is wild to think about.
And we've been doing this every other week as possible to keep episodes coming out. So I just want to give us a round of applause just for that, for staying consistent. Really difficult. It's hard sometimes, y'all, but through all of the negative comments, through all of the You know, I remember those. And people thought like, y'all are, anyone can have a podcast these days, blah, 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 you know. We're still here. Somebody out there still wants to listen, and I thank y'all.
Yeah.
Any closing statements for your end?
I mean, nothing wild. Like he said, you know, we're on pretty much every platform you can think of at this point. Importantly, there's that little share button in the bottom of every platform. Just go ahead and hit that. Send this to someone you think might enjoy it. If they like music, movies, video games, anime, whatever it is, we'll get to it. Share it with someone. Spread the love.
You know,
I mean, other than that, like, honestly, just keep doing what y'all are doing. Pump them comments up a little bit more. TikTok's been doing good with the comments.
yes.
The rest of y'all need to step it up. I'm be real with you.
I'm saying, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, the one that gives us the most feedback, the most traction, might be the one that we start the live cast on. Just saying.
Who knows?
Just saying. You know, Twitch is just there, but we can make it audible for the podcast.
This is true.
I know how to post it live to TikTok. TikTok is saying we want the show. Just saying. And before we go, I do want to say, just putting it out there, our prayers do go out to the families. Texas got hit really bad this past week. That was crazy. You know, a lot of people lost family members. They're still finding people. So everyone that lost someone that you love, man, our condolences to that. And also just keep your family close. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Like I saw videos of literally people waking up to feet of almost said snow, feet of water.
Yeah.
At their house. People in their cars who literally were just like, this is insane, you know. So, you know, Texas, you know, just let you know, you're in our minds and you're in our hearts, you know. And if there's anything that we can do, or if there's anything that y'all know who are listening to this, put it in the comments. Any donation, any place for donations, anything like that, put it in the comments so we can help any way that we can. So thanks, guys. And with that, I'm Zero to Chaos.
And I am Melting Data.
This has been another awesome episode of Culture Clash. And until next time, keep the culture alive, keep the conversations going, and we'll catch you next episode. Deuces.